The Center for Design Innovation is definitely a part of what we like to call the ecosystem of looking at entrepreneurship and innovation and workforce development here. It was a legislative mandated project of 10 years ago. The building that we're in right now has been part of the process and the dream. We moved into this building a year ago in 2015. The idea behind the Center for Design Innovation is to look at how we can think about economic development, how we can think about new forms and practices in research, technology, and creativity as they overlap. Some people come to know them as STEAM, if you think about the education front, or research, which is kind of integrating creative practice and the technologies, engineering, humanities. It has some very unique facilities in it that allow us to expand on the types of programs that were done in the past, which were a lot about convening and idea sharing and some research, to have a series of design labs and studios here, as well as our signature building, the Cube, which is a 60 cubed foot black box experimental research space. You could call it a theater, you could call it a lab. The way I like to think of it is that we are exposure to the pipeline. So we're not necessarily connected to any academic programs in any of our founding partnerships or schools, but we're a place where not only our students and faculty, but also our community members can come and have experiences with 21st century practices in design, creativity, and learning. Where CDI is unique and what it brings into this ecosystem is specifically saying that from the root of creativity, from the root of arts, design, however you define it, that's why sometimes I like to call it creative practice rather than any specific kind of genre. From that, great ideas come about, whether they're ideas that become tangible or philosophies or ways of thinking that come about. They greatly influence our everyday, where often artists have been in the forefront and have pioneered and experimented with technologies that we take for granted today as things that we expect just to be, in our hands, or in our households. I do like to call it creative practice, to not kind of get wound up in that kind of dichotomy of fine arts versus the pragmatism of design practice. It's part of that way of thinking and practice is what one of the things that CDI sits definitely on it sits on the road, let's put it that way, to bring here to Winston-Salem.